Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios. It is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, as the New York Knicks go on the road for the second consecutive game to take on the San Antonio Spurs, live from the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas, for Game 2 of your 2026 NBA Finals game highlight commentary. After winning the opening tip, San Antonio would strike blood first. Vassell would connect on a three, but on the other end of the floor, Champagne must be drunk. He can't guard Jalen Brunson. 2 minutes later, game tied for San Antonio. Dribble penetration from De'Aaron Fox. A swing over to Champagne. This time, the man sober puts in a three. San Antonio by 5. New York looking to respond. OG gets the layup on Wimby. Here, big man. Deflected by Big Purr. Champagne running out of time, throws up a corner three. It needs to be studied how this man can only hit threes in the first half in this NBA Finals. Spurs up by 6, but not for long. Dribble penetration from Brunson drives 3 Spurs into the paint. Able to find OG outside, connects on a three-point game. Think fast, big body Brunson. Get that shit out of here, daddy's boy. Spurs still leading by 3, but the number's about to extend. Johnson handoff to Wembanyama, the two-hand stuff to make it a 5-point game. Brunson peeps Champagne's guarding him. You know that man don't know how to play defense. Top of the key, left all alone. Rather than taking the three, Dylan Harper blitzes to the cup, gets the layup, and then a couple possessions later, once again, he'd meet Karl Anthony Towns at the basket. You don't want to get posterized, you fruit roll-up. 7-point lead for San Antonio, but Pride Month, Karl Anthony Towns is overpowered, sinks a deep three to cut the deficit down to 4. New York would spray WD-40 on the wrist. It's loose. Big Zest with the layup. 5 consecutive points. New York building momentum, but not for long. De'Aaron Fox inside with the jumper to make it a 4-point game. Wembanyama's on the bench. Does not matter. Fox wide open again for 3. He's now got 5 consecutive points. And San Antonio continues to pour it on as De'Aaron Fox is on fire at the tail end of the first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Fox can do nothing wrong.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Jalen Brunson with the steal finds a cutting Shamet inside for the layup. New York cuts the deficit down to 7. Wimby's wide open. Mitchell Robinson tried to pants him. Grabbing somebody's underwear is not defense, sir. Wait a minute. You could have saw this video early and ad-free. All you have to do is become a member on my Patreon. So either click the link in my description or head over to patreon.com/chiseledAdonis. Not only you'd be helping out the channel, you'd also get all of my content early and ad-free before the internet even sees it. Any little thing helps, I appreciate you. If not, hit the subscribe button or follow button. Anything you can do to help out the channel. I'll see you on the inside. The Spurs push the lead up to 9 to end the quarter, and to open up the second, Dylan Harper kicks it to the corner, wide open. Castle makes it a 12-point game. Trailing by double digits doesn't matter because after all that, Karl Anthony Towns puts in a 3. Sordisi! Get that out of here, Rosetta Stone French, motherfucker. Spurs could even celebrate the block because Big Zest, loose wrist, Big Purr, Karl Anthony Towns with the dunk, cuts the deficit, and on the other end of the floor, the referees swallow their whistle because how the hell did De'Aaron Fox switch his pivot and then get an and one? The ball got knocked out of his hand, I'll give you that. But look at his feet. He literally switched pivots. At this point, the referee is out there only for aesthetic purposes only. But no matter how much the Spurs tried to run away, New York kept cutting the deficit shorter and shorter. Bridges in the corner, wide open, drains a 3. It's a 3-point game. OG with the denial in the paint. Josh Hart takes it the other way. Bridges on the other end of the floor knocks down his second consecutive 3. And then a minute and a half later, he'd do it again. All the momentum going the New Yorkers' way. Here comes Shamet inside. The layup gives the Knicks their first lead since the first quarter. Back and forth we go as we enter into the final minute of the quarter. Bridges once again incredibly hot in the second period. Gives the Knicks the lead once again. Then with the final shot in the corner, wide open, loose wrist, Big Purr, Big Zest, Karl Anthony Towns gives the Knicks a 4-point lead at the break. To the second half we go. Jalen Brunson can't connect on the 3. Look at Big Zest inside. Pride Month Cat continuing to dominate in the NBA Finals. The Knicks have their largest lead of this game. Wembanyama's gonna have to wake up. He only had 7 points in the first half, and he'd finally get himself a bucket. A minute and a quarter into the second. The New York Knicks still lead by 4, and OG's gonna make it it 7 in the corner with a 3. Cat must have thought he was playing NBA ballers, because why the hell he threw the ball off the backboard like that? It'd be a loss of a possession for the Knicks. Stephon Castle all the way inside, denied by Josh Hart. The Villanova boys balling on both ends of the floor. Brunson makes it a 10-point lead. New York has all the momentum in San Antonio. Castle once again drives inside, able to find that abnormal Titan. Wembanyama slams it down home for the stuff to cut the deficit down to 8. But on the other end of the floor, if you can't play defense, you're not going to be able to get back into this game. Shamet wide open. It's an 11-point lead for New York, their largest of the game. Absolutely balling from the bench to the starters. They can't be stopped. Vassell open in the corner, can't score. Offensive rebound tip in, cuts the deficit under 2 digits. But again, on the other end of the floor, Karl Anthony Towns way too strong in the month of June. Body to body, 11-point lead for the Knicks. San Antonio better get going or things are going to get real ugly. Offensive rebound by Johnson, gets the layup inside, and then on their next possession, Castle would connect on a 3 to make it a 5-point game. The Spurs desperately trying to surge at the tail end of the period. Wembanyama wide open for 3, cuts the deficit down to 4. On the other end of the floor, it won't matter if you can't guard anybody. The jumper is good to make it a 6-point game, and then the Knicks would get yet another offensive flurry. Another jumper from Bridges. He'd end the game with 20 points. Mans was cooking all quarter long. Mitchell Robinson ain't shooting no open threes, but he can get alley-oops to make it an 11-point game again. Wembanyama's gonna put in a weak-ass basket, but they're gonna end the quarter still trailing by 9. Shamet from 3, gonna give the Knicks their largest lead today. I would say the Spurs faithful were booing, but they're actually being drowned out by the Knicks fans screaming in their own gym. With 6 minutes left to play, the Knicks trying to put the game on ice. OG would get a dunk on Wembanyama, push the lead up to 14. San Antonio's forced to call a timeout, and now it's do or die. De'Aaron Fox puts in a 3. He'd end the game with 20 points. Under 5 minutes left to play, Fox once again gets inside. The layup is good to bring the deficit down to 7. The Spurs are on a 7-0 run. New York started playing the brand of basketball just not to lose rather than go and win. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unfortunately, they couldn't get themselves out of the funk. Swing over to Brunson. Denial by Wembanyama, taken the other way by Fox. Spurs trailing by 5. Fox over to Vassell. His 3 is good. It's a 2-point game. 12-0 run for San Antonio. Harper with the floater inside. Tie game with 3 minutes left to play. After 3 free throws from OG, alley-oop to Wembanyama cuts the deficit down to 1. The stadium's rocking. The Spurs appear to have all the momentum, but they don't know how to guard the inbounder. Jalen Brunson with the layup to make it a 3-point lead with 1:55 left to play. Back the other way, down to 90 seconds. Harper inside, layup is blocked by Big Purr, loose wrist, Big Zesty. Karl Anthony Towns continuing to make plays. San Antonio cuts the deficit down to 1, and with a minute left to play, Harper inside, kicks it over to Wembanyama. The scoop layup in front of George Gervin, and 1. San Antonio by 1. The Spurs regain the lead. Wemby on the free throw makes it a 2-point game, and New York has to regroup. But Brunson isn't a driver of automatic vehicles. He's got the clutch in the car on the jumper, gets the game tied. 20 seconds later, game on the line. Brunson, same spot, no good. Rebound Wemby. They have a timeout. He throws the ball at the back of Castle. Brunson's fouled. The Knicks are in the bonus. He goes to the line and hits 1. The fuck was Wembanyama doing? I can excuse the fact that the Spurs have a timeout and Mitch Johnson is calling for them to go utilize the fast break rather than call timeout and give the Knicks a chance to get a set defense. But I cannot excuse Wembanyama trying to throw this ball to Stephon Castle. You literally have no trap in front of you. All 3 of your teammates are at the bottom of the screen. If they brought extra bodies, you could have got that ball to a teammate, no issue. Why are you rushing in this situation? Perhaps the lights were too bright. The 22-year-old absolutely choked when it mattered most. If you wasn't confident, you could have used the timeout yourself. The fuck are you doing throwing the ball at a man's backside? side. And given where Castle was at this situation, all Brunson has to do is simply apply a little bit of pressure and he might go out of bounds. The second free throw from Brunson is no good. Cornette uses his foot. Somehow the referees don't notice the kick ball, and the Spurs get the final possession with 7.5 left to play. It's got to be Wembanyama who gets the shot here to get redemption for that costly turnover. Inbound to De'Aaron Fox. Here's Wembanyama on the switch. He's got to pull up in front of Mitchell Robinson when he could have went to the cup. You're 7'4". You drank the spinal fluid. You're an abnormal Titan. Why are you trying to win on a pull-up when you're 5 inches taller than everybody on the Knicks roster? He's going to have to weigh this loss solely on his shoulders. 3 straight terrible possessions from Wemby. First, a pull-up with 30 seconds left to play. Then the turnover with less than 12 seconds left to play, followed up by this god-awful shot with the game on the line. The man is afraid to make it to the basket when it matters most, when he literally did it to give them the lead less than 2 minutes ago. I'm at a loss for words. What kind of basketball is this? You could even simulate something like this in 2K. NBA Live. You're a 7'4", 7'5", arguably 6 with shoes on. You're an alien. Y'all drawing up plays for this man to take perimeter jump shots? Nobody can jump with him. An absolute failure of a performance at home as the Knicks win their 13th consecutive game in this postseason, take a commanding 2-0 lead, and they're heading home to the world's most famous arena in Madison Square Garden with an opportunity for a sweep. Tell them to take out their favorite form of pavement and get aboard the L train.
You lose.
Failure.
Oh, hey, babe, what's for dinner?
Fresh hot ales.
It's over. You lose.
Hold on, it is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. But of course, you already knew that. And what if I told you you could get your own personalized cameo today inside 24 hours? If you book me over on cameo.com/Chiseled Adonis to get your own personalized video message. I've done over 450 throughout the years, and I've been able to garner over 100 5-star reviews. So whether it's a happy birthday, happy anniversary, just a pep talk, or a roast, if somebody needs to be engulfed in verbal flame, I'm the man for the job. So make sure you go over and book me on cameo.com/Chiseled Adonis. I'll see you on the inside. Hey, I appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out if you haven't already. And on top of that, hit that notification bell as well. For whatever reason, YouTube's only showing my videos to 20% of my subscribers. So if you have already turned on the notification bell, turn it off, turn it back on. If you never turn it on, turn it on. I appreciate you.